Hey my friends, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Margaret Angel. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. So happy to be here in 2021. It's been a whirlwind recently and a lot of new developments have happened, and I think you and I should have a discussion. Hey hot girl, what's up? So again, I know a lot is going on. I will leave my personal feelings about everything towards the end of the video, but I would like to lead with informative discussion, an educational discussion, a true conversation, and then towards the end, I will give my personal thoughts. So let's begin. I want to talk to you all about lawsuits. I want to talk to you all about Monat's lawsuits because I think it's very important to have this conversation first before we dive into anything, because these lawsuits are the only thing that we can actually definitively say has kind of held this company to a standard. Right? It holds them accountable. It holds them accountable for what they've allegedly had their consumers go through. So I think it's important to dive into this, and then we can form the discussion from there. And just because these lawsuits happened over a year ago does not change the validity that they happened. So the first one is going to be Monet Global Corporation versus Vicki Harrington. Now in this one, Monet is the plaintiff. The defendant is obviously Vicki, and the lawsuit amount is over $200,000. So let's look. In September 2017, Vicki became a market partner, also known as a distributor for Monet. By December, she was already feeling disgruntled enough with the products that she asked for a full refund from Monet, which was denied because it was past the 30-day window. Now, if their stipulation is 30 days and it was beyond that 30-day window, then I could see why she couldn't get a refund. Because if they do have that finitely there, that is 30 days, and you exceed that, the company does, in my mind, I would assume, have the right not to refund you. But let's continue. Vicki went on to make a series of posts on Facebook, including the one below, we'll look at that, as well as contact news and law officials to expose the side effects that Monet products were having on her friends and acquaintances. Monet alleges that Vicki's posts were doctored or misleading, and she did not have any scientific backing. Who says that all the time? For her allegations. As a result, Monet claims it lost $75,000 worth of revenue and is suing Vicki for $225,000 in damages. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the lost revenue is because of everything that she was saying. A lot of people were chiming in on those posts, and those people, I guess, could have been Monet customers, and Monet lost those customers because obviously those people sided with Vicki. Now, you can look at this two ways. You can look at this and be like, oh, wow, Vicki stood up for herself. Good girl, good on you. Or you can look at this and be like, well, wait a minute. You did exceed the 30-day window. Did you make all of these posts just because you were angry and wanted to be vindictive because you couldn't get your money back? It goes both ways. I can see how people would see this on both sides, but let's continue. So her post showed the Mona Lisa as Monet Lisa with no hair. Say what you want, but Vicki's a savage. Jeez. Moving on to the next one. Trisha Wittmeyer and Emily Yanes de Flores versus Monet Global Corporation. This was filed in February 2018. The plaintiffs are Trisha and Emily. The defendant is Monet. The lawsuit amount is $5 million. In early 2018, Trisha and Emily filed a large class action lawsuit against Monet for the total of $5 million. Their lawsuit claims that while Monet's website claims substantial health benefits like hair loss cessation and hair regrowth, many customers have experienced significant hair loss and or scalp irritation after using Monet products. The suit also points out that despite claiming that their products are all natural and sulfate-free, they actually do contain sulfates, including sodium C14, 16, olefin sulfonate, and other petrochemicals that can cause the scalp issues that Monet customers have been documenting over the past few years. Finally, Wittmeyer and Yanes allege that Monet leadership, including blank, have actively engaged in intimidation and deception by launching frivolous lawsuits against former distributors and blocked or erased comments that were critical of their products over the internet. Okay, so if Monet was putting sulfates in their products while claiming that they're sulfate free, that is misleading their audience. That is misleading and that is lying. So if that is actually true, then this lawsuit in my opinion would stand in court, because that is not what you documented. That is not what you portrayed to your audience. That's not what you portrayed to your distributors. And then when you censor people and you block them from saying what they need to say, what they earnestly want to say, what they need to convey to tell you, hey,
my hair is falling out.
I'm having scalp irritation and you dismiss me. Not only is that disheartening, but that also is going to put a hole in your wallet, because bad word of mouth travels to 8 people from 1 person. And then those 8 people, some of those are going to mingle and talk about you too. So censoring people never solves the problem. Going against your own distributors just because they're having issues with your products is not how you handle business. It's not. The next one, Monet Global versus Kayla Baker. The date, February 2018. The plaintiff is Monet. The defendant is Kayla. The lawsuit amount is $225,000. Shortly after filing a lawsuit against Vicki Harrington, Monet received a lawsuit against another past distributor named Kayla Baker, who began making public posts on social media, including starting a Facebook group, about how the products had affected her scalp. Baker focused her attacks on the type of ingredients within Monet's hair products, including red clover, which she claims caused serious issues like scalp sores and balding. Monet executives claim that Baker is causing them undue damage, since her posts are publicly available on Facebook, which is the top channel for which they advertise and grow their business. Tough shit. Tough shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry, my wig is tickling me. And I dare Monet person to tell me I don't have hair, that's why I'm wearing a wig. Girl, wear the wig so I can protect my hair. Sorry. Okay, so this is hurting your business because this person is advertising on Facebook that they're having an issue with one of the ingredients in your products. Whose fault is that? Right? I don't really think that, I mean, it's up to you how you handle your business. Now you can comment back and be like, Kayla, I'm so sorry that you had this experience with our products. Please inform me of what ingredient it was, so that way we can get back to our research and development team to make sure that this doesn't happen again with future consumers. You don't get mad because somebody voiced their opinion about your products and then try to sue them for money they probably don't have. When you're a multi-million-dollar corporation attacking somebody that just had an issue with your products. Now you could say, well, Margaret, it could have been an allergic reaction. Okay, fine. Let's say she had a little bit of shock. Majority of us have allergies to something, I would assume, right? So the fact that she's out there, she's vocalizing her story, she has every right to do so. And for Monet to get mad and be like, well, she's putting this on Facebook and this is where we advertise. People advertise on YouTube all the time, and you still have people on YouTube that say, oh, I don't like this product. What's the difference? What makes you so special? Like, no, she has the right to speak on her experience, period. Next one, Monet Global Corporation versus Tony Miller. The date, February 2018. The plaintiff, Monet Global Corporation. The defendant is Tony for $225,000. That's just the staple, I guess. The third lawsuit that Monet has filed against previous market partners is against Tony Miller. The suit alleges that Miller repeatedly and falsely alleged that Monet products cause issues including, but not limited to, miscarriages, harm to unborn babies, bloody stool, migraine problems with breastfeeding, menstruation problems, balding, scalp sores, chemical burns, hair loss, and scalp lesions. Monet also says that Miller claimed to be in a group with over 12,000 people that have had experienced adverse side effects from Monet products. Executives believe that Miller's claims have negatively affected sales over 1,000 orders, having been canceled in 2 months prior to the lawsuit. I mean, we're talking about fetal loss, menstruation, migraines, very serious things. Okay, so I can't speak on whether or not all those reactions are true or not. However, Monet again says, well, she was in the Facebook group and she was saying her point of view, and I don't like that. Saying your point of view is not slanderous. Now, if you say this caused this and you have no scientific backing, that can be considered slanderous. But if you say my opinion is that after I started using these products, I got migraines after and I'm not prone to migraines, that's an opinion. That's an opinion, and that is something that you hold dear to yourself, and you have the right to exercise that with people. You have the right to tell your story. But you cannot say finitely that this caused this without actual proof that that caused that. You see what I'm saying? So this one I kind of teeter-totter with, because those are some really serious allegations. So I wonder how that one turned out. Okay, the next one, Dana Solovich versus Monet Global Corporation. The date, March 2018. The plaintiff is Dana, the defendant is Monet, and the lawsuit amount is $5 million. So I'm going to assume that this is a part of the class action lawsuit. So in this lawsuit, Dana, a previous customer, alleges she lost 50% of her hair as a direct result of using Monet products. Her lawsuit claims that Monet lies about the ingredients of their hair products, hides the side effects of the products, one of which is hair thinning as a result of the detox, and actively engages in false advertising by saying their products are guaranteed to deliver longer, fuller, stronger, younger looking hair in just 90 days. That's in quotations. While Dana filed the lawsuit party on her behalf, she does mention the likely thousands of customers who have experienced a similar trauma to their hair and scalp. As a result of the lawsuit, the FDA has opened an investigation into Monet, claiming that it is reviewing roughly 200 adverse event reports by Monet customers. And that's just been what's reported. It could be way more than that. If a lot of people tend to tell me the same story, but just different people, I'm going to start believing that the story is valid. If we all have like reactions to this, I'm going to start believing that there's some validity in these reactions, especially when it's linked to the same thing. Next one, Boltalico versus Monet Global Corporation. This is April 2018. The plaintiff is Kelly Boltalico. The defendant is Monet Global. The lawsuit is not set. We do not know the finite amount. In early 2018, Kelly Boltalico purchased and used Monet hair products. It's unclear from the suit if she was a distributor for the company or not. Soon after, she began experiencing an itchy and irritating feeling emanating from her hair and scalp, and began to notice hair loss. Unsure of what was causing the scalp issue, she saw a physician who identified Monet hair care products as the root cause and prescribed medication to treat the damage. Unfortunately, the damage was irreversible for some time, and Boltalico is suing for damages that resulted from Monet not being forthcoming about the harmful ingredients their products contain. Okay, so this is a physician that informed this person to stop using the products. So there goes your science, right? There goes the science saying do not use these products. And if Monet was really putting in sulfates and a lot of things that they swept under the rug, and consumers were using these products unknowingly, then Monet is 100,000% responsible for what these people have endured because of their company. You do not censor somebody because they've had a grievance with your product. You do not censor people that want to let people know, hey, I used this, I had a problem with it, I don't want you to have future problems. It's okay for people to do their own research and do their own thing, but there's nothing wrong with voicing yourself at the same time. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know what, this ain't it. It wasn't it for me. I don't want to put you through it. I would advise you not to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, Monet last year was reprimanded for a lot of this foolishness. According to ABC Action News, Monet to refund more customers after 2-year Florida Attorney General investigation on fake product claims. The agreement also mandates what Monet cannot say in advertisements, which also includes that whole hair detox crap. Just throwing that out there. The 33-page agreement between Monet Global and the state details an investigation into reports of fake product claims. The agreement mandates what the company cannot say in its advertisements and calls for its customers' refunds. One woman named Pam Benson said this: "My hair has never broken off like that before. My hair has never fallen out before." Another woman named Lynn said, I have a good follower named Lynn. Hey Lynn, if you're watching, I love Lynn so much. "I am so glad someone is going to make them accountable," said Lynn Blomquist, who said her scalp started itching after using one of Monet's shampoos 3 times. Blomquist said that the company gave her a full refund after she wrote the company a letter. Now Monet has agreed to give more customers their money back. I'm not saying it's an admission of guilt when you give money back, but you know something wasn't right. You know something wasn't right when you gave in and you give people their money back. That means there's something that the Florida Attorney General found that shows validity to where these people deserve refunds, to show that these people deserve some restitution for what happened to their hair. So now that we've addressed that, let's address what's going on right now. So, when I started my channel, you go watch my video, girl. I mean, it's poor quality. It was just me on my iPhone 8 just talking to you guys, telling you my experience and trying to make it somewhat comical. It actually wasn't a pleasant experience, but I wanted to make good YouTube. I wanted people to enjoy the content. And throughout this past year, last year, on YouTube, even though 2020 was a horrifying year, my YouTube year, my creator year was incredible. You know, On average, it takes to get 1,000 subscribers. It takes about a year and some change. And I grew to 6,000 in a year, 6,000 plus. It was still growing. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful that you all take the time to listen to what I have to say about these companies, because education matters. Having your audience's best interest matters. And holding people accountable matters. So listen, I am friends with the creator that did leave the community. We all know that. Everybody knows that. That's fine. I'm disheartened because everything that I said, you know, she's a legal professional. She understands what I said. She understands that these lawsuits have happened. I would hope to think that she did believe a lot of what she was saying in the beginning. I would like to believe that. If she believed what she was saying, or if she was trying to save face, or if she really wanted to change in the beginning but she didn't feel like she could, only she knows those feelings. If I'm just optically looking at this, I understand 1,000%, 100 million% where everybody is coming from. It's not easy to have, because I don't want to have a public back and forth. That's not my goal. I'm not a drama channel whatsoever. That's why I read with the lawsuits first, because that is what grounds the anti-MLM community as a whole. Because this community, in my opinion, goes hard for what's right. Goes hard to make sure that other people don't get swindled. Goes hard to make sure that people are held accountable. Okay, sometimes some things I don't agree with personally, but that does not extract me from this community. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I enjoy speaking about these things. I'm here because I love giving my commentary. And my commentary about this situation is that it's disheartening. It's disheartening and it sucks. It's disheartening, it sucks, and it leaves everyone like, it hurts, in my opinion. It can hurt the credibility of the creators, because you're going to look at me, look at Deanna, look at Madison, look at Isabella. You're going to look at us and be like, well, shit, how you feeling? You know what I'm saying? You're going to look at us and you're going to be like, girl, how are you feeling? Because if a big creator like this steps out, what's going... Got a ghost in here. What's going to happen with everybody else? When people start to see the cards fall, they tend to get a little scared. I'm here to tell you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Deanna's loudmouth ass not going nowhere. We're not going anywhere, guys. We're not going anywhere. It's hard to have an opposing view online publicly, especially with someone that you are friendly with. But I see where everyone is coming from. You do not have to agree with her joining Monet. All I have to say is, because I don't think I exercised it enough in the video, so I'm telling you, I want you to hear my voice when I say this. I do not agree. And I'm sitting back and I'm looking at the constructive criticism. I'm looking at a lot of the grievances people have had. You know, people spent money on merch, spent money on affiliate links that she's posted, all these different things, and they feel swindled. So as a viewer, if I were looking at that, that would hurt me 1,000%, especially when you care about this community. And I don't want the viewers to hurt. And I am sorry to the viewers that the viewers felt swindled. And from me to her, I don't agree, friend. I do not agree with your decision. I know where I stand in this community. I stand tall, I stand firm. I love my audience. I love the audiences for my fellow creators, and we will continue to bring you the best content that we can find out there. You do not have to agree with network marketing, because I don't. I don't agree with either. My stance is firm. It's here. I've read the horror stories to you. I've read these lawsuits to you. I've done the reaction videos. You've seen what a lot of these distributors do, okay? And that's coming from somebody who was a former distributor. I'm somebody that had a lot of these behaviors. I'm somebody that would talk crap about people that didn't respect my stupid it works raps. I am that person. And I was able to come on this side and see, oh wow, objectively, I wasn't it. I was not doing what was right. I was swindling people with stupid posts talking about, oh, this can do this, with no backing on it. Okay, I hold myself accountable before I'm going to talk about anybody else. So if I'm somebody that can look at what I used to do and now see myself sitting here talking to you, then I have to be able to look at somebody else and be like, okay, I don't agree with what you're doing now, but I'm going to see how this plays out. But I'm somebody to where if you tell me that you're going to do something, I need to see where this lands. I do not agree 1,000%. I want to see where this lands though. And that's my commentary, because a lot of my following was asking me for my commentary. This is not me bashing anybody. Please do not bash in my comments. I do not like that. You are more than welcome to leave your constructive criticism from me or any other creator. I have no issue with that whatsoever, but please remain as respectful as you can in the comments. I know tensions are high with a lot of things. I completely understand that. We're coming from 2020 into baby 2020. It seems like the year never ended. But I'm anxious personally to see where this year lands for me, lands for you, and all of my other subscribers that I love very much. I know this news was very shocking and disheartening for me and a lot of other people, but we cannot control anybody but ourselves, you guys, and that's very important to remember. And I will always speak out against what is emotionally and financially harming other women and families out there, because that's why we're in this community. We want to stop that. We want to, when we see those posts on Facebook, we want to chime into our friends and be like, hold on, girl, I was a part of this. You don't want to be a part of it. Right? When we see those posts on Instagram or those stories, we want to say, hey, do you know about this? Let me send you the income disclosure. I don't think you're fully aware, right? The statistics don't lie. Stats do not lie. In 2018, okay, majority of the company in Monet only made around $180 annually. And that's the most recent income disclosure that I can find. $180 annually. What can you do with that? What can you do with that? There's more cons than pros, right? People over here that are stagnant at the top of the pyramid, they're not moving. They're not moving. I would love to see it. Show me a case study proven where somebody started just like me and you, a regular MP or a regular distributor in any company, and then just skyrocketed to the top. Knocked off the top tier person. Statistically, it cannot happen. It can't. And that is what people like you and myself talk about. That is what people like you and myself want to prohibit. If you want to start your own business, go for it. I just bought my second one. I would love to enthuse you about that. Start your own business. What's stopping you? If you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you don't need to follow what an upline tells you. Do it for yourself. You're smart enough. Whatever you think you're going to find in the MLM, I promise you already have it inside you. You just got to tap into yourself and find it. I love you guys. I love you more than anything. And I'm so grateful to have the platform that I do, and I'm excited to see it grow. So I will see you next time. Let's have an informative conversation below. Again, let's please, God, please be respectful. But yeah, that's it for the video, y'all. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Margaret Angel. Once again, all my links and everything are listed down below. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.